Welcome back to part two, Sports Card Show interview. This is Ziggy with JD. JD, again, thank you very much for your time. The first part, we had a lot of great information about the beginning of Card Hedge, a little about your data, what you guys pull data from. In this part, I want to talk a little bit about plans for the National. National's right around the corner. Tell us what's going on with you guys and what your presence will be there.
Sure. So originally, I was going. I had planned to hop in on our pal Bobble's house, and that sold out faster than chicken wing eating contest. So I missed out on that. Then it turned into. Sorry, I got a fly kind of running around here. So then what ended up happening was this. Myself, River, and Lou started talking about, should we go to the National, blah, blah, blah. And I explained to them, listen, well, Lou already knew this, but I explained to River, we don't need to worry about a booth, man, because you have to try to get one of those 5 years in advance. I have some friends that are dealers that, maybe we can do some stuff with them, things like that. I know they're going. So long story short, we were getting ready to go. And my grandfather got sick. And right around the 1st of July, he was put on hospice. So not to make this a sad sob story, I canceled going because I didn't know how much longer he had left. He passed away last weekend. We just did all that stuff. So I'm not going, which kind of works out because I have 4 kids, and 2 of my daughters have a soccer tournament and a softball tournament. So my wife can't be in 2 different states at the same time. So I need to ultimately take my daughter to her softball tournament as well. So I had to back out. River will be there. We have some meetings set up with some of our partners and things like that. Some of our companies we work with on our B2B side. We can talk about that if you want for a little bit. We also sponsored in the goodie bags they give out. We put a Card Hedge flyer in there we had to print 6,000 of them. So it's 550 for dealers, and then or 500 for dealers or something like that, and another 5,500 for attendees for VIP bags.
Promo code to get access to the 7-day free thing. Okay, cool.
So there's a promo QR code attached to the flyer. I believe it's good for. Oh God, I can't even remember now what we did, but we did some kind of promo where I don't know if it's you get a certain percentage off so many months or something like that, but. Anyway,
let me ask you quickly, just keep in mind. So right now your pricing is $15 a month.
Yep.
Your annual subscription is $150. Have you thought about being more competitive on that? And with that flyer promotion you did, so you're dropping 5,000. Let's see, about 5,000 flyers. How many of those do you expect to convert to new memberships? Are you wanting 50, 500, 1,000? Can you answer both those questions?
Yeah. So I think pricing is something we always talk about. And I bring it up, I'd say once every other month. I would like to be at a price point where you do not think about paying us, right? Let's face it, it's expensive out there, right? So what's
3
the first thing
of gasoline, man?
Yeah, man. I just got 100 gallons of oil. It cost me $450. I was like, what? This is double since the last time I got it. And it's down from $6.25 a gallon. So anyway, I am of the belief that, if we're at a price point where people don't think about it, we're good. Right now, I think we're in line with what Card Ladder charges. I feel personally that our database, the way it's growing each month, and the amount of cards and the features that we offer and things like that, I feel $14.99 right now is a good price. That does not mean I won't stop advocating for, a potential price drop. We did a special last summer where if you had signed up, I want to say it was right around this time as well, or maybe it was Christmas time. at the end of last year. We did something where if you signed up, you basically got a month free. It was $7.99 a month.
So here's a couple tips. It's my marketing mind running real quickly here. Do a promo. Send me your cancellation of your current data plan, and I will give you X months for free. Maybe 3 months for free. You cancel with X company. You cancel with X company. Send me your cancellation.
I like that.
Post your cancellation to social media. I canceled with blank, and I'm going with blank. Give them 7 months for free. I would also drop your price, maybe $12, maybe $10. You're going to have to be, because here's the thing. I look at, you're now against the power machine that's PSA, Collectors Universe. They're doing a lot of cross promotion marketing. But I agree with you. Market movers is still in the big expensive area. So I don't think you're going to compete with them. I love what you said there about making it almost, where you don't think about it. Because I think there's a lot of value. I want to tell people the biggest value I see of your solution, besides the graphing and charting, is that ability to really lay out for me, if I have a card graded, what the different values are. Now I can do that in market movers. It's harder for me in market movers to build that graph, I will tell you, because I've seen it done on Retro. And I give a shout out. I love what Retro is doing there. So I love what you guys do. I would also recommend maybe finding a few content creators that you could find that would be evangelize your solution a little bit more. Maybe do a weekly show showing how they use it, tips and tricks, right? Because again, I think you guys are in a really unique position. Also, I'll quickly mention this. I did a video a few weeks, maybe last week, about Beckett. I love that you said you want to be the Beckett price guide. Keep your eyes and ears open for acquisition. Because if I was Beckett, I would buy you and leverage what you have with their name and build that out. And I know that's something you guys didn't even want to do because you seem very happy where you are in your collector's place, but there's so much that you guys are in a very unique position. Like I said, I'm a big fan. And I think marketing wise, I love that if you do the cancellation one, let me know. I think that'd be cool to go after people. I'm also, I
actually like that.
Yeah. Show me your I canceled my blank, account, and I'm going with Card Hedge. And give them 3 months free, and then also do referrals and affiliate programs. People like stuff like that, but I think you guys are in the right place. Can I ask back to the question? Did you think in your marketing plan, what are you looking on that retention on the 5,000 flyers? Is there a goal?
So I mean, if we got, I think if we got 50 people from that, we'd be over the moon, right?
Awesome. Okay, cool.
I really do. I mean, currently we have
a 1% click or 1%.
Yeah, is that one? If 1%. You're asking me to do math on that stuff, I think for the money we spent on the flyers and whatnot, it's not like
that's cool.
No, but it's good. It's not like it broke the bank or anything like that. Thank you, Vistaprint. But
any parties you guys involved in or anything you're doing? Anybody doing drinks up there? Or anybody?
So we have some strategic meetings that we have with some of our partners already, that River's going in so we can meet those people face to face finally. A lot of stuff has been done over good old Zoom and things like that, so we want to make sure that we're meeting with those people. He's only there for a couple of days, a couple of these other guys are only there for a couple of days. So as far as us hosting anything or things like that, no. I mean, I think when you're the new kid on the block, it's tough to kind of go into like the national and say, hey, we're having a trade night or we're doing this when there's 70,000 trade nights, right? We're not at that level yet. And I think we're very realistic of who we are and where we are. And that's okay, right? It's okay.
You just gave me 2 ideas there. I would go shake hands with Card Collector 2 or somebody like that and strike a promo deal with those guys. So when they do their collector's night, they start using Card Hedge.
Right.
Because those guys are, they're doing a lot of transactions. Get to that viral grassroots thing. Another quick idea. You mentioned you guys almost went on the bobbles, right? Maybe next year, Card Hedge sponsors a house at the National, right?
Yeah.
And you guys can send collectors to the house. You guys,
like Jersey Shore style.
Yes. But it'd be collector style, right?
Right.
And maybe you guys host a break or something at the same time. But sky's the limit, man.
Yeah, no, that's a cool idea for sure. We're kind of open to anything, right? And I think whatever we do, because we are a startup and we're self-funded and things like that, we gotta, whatever we decide to spend our money on has to be something that's gonna work for us. I think next year it goes back to Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. I think with the beauty of the internet, right, is we can get a lot of work done just by doing what we're doing right now. which is cool for us, and it keeps the cost at next to zero, right? You know, a lot of our revenue comes from our B2B partnerships. So we're packaging up our data, and a lot of these marketplace type platforms that are coming to fruition now, they're paying us for nice, clean data to power their platforms, their marketplaces. So when our subscriber count may be low compared to others, and it certainly is, I know we're probably dead last. That's fine. Actually, I shouldn't say probably. I know we are dead last. We're making up the difference on our B2B partnerships that we have. So
can you expand on that if you can share examples of these B2B partners, and what do you mean by packaging up data?
So what we do, so we have a partnership with a company called Only Gems, which is an sort of an NFT type marketplace where they're backing the digital collectible with the physical asset, right? And not to get into a whole bunch of terminology that people are, oh, here we go again. But acquiring data is very time consuming and often costly. So where we've found a solution is, hey, we're already doing all that work in a nice, neat little platform for you. And through our API hookups, you can pay us for our data collection that we do.
And the reason I asked that, JD, I'll tell you, I want to clarify something. Because when you say that, one thing goes in my head is, are you selling what data? What you're saying there is the data you curate. And guys, here's what I'm getting is that you're taking all this data from people, and everybody puts in different formats. You are, what's the word I'm looking for? You put in different schemas, right, in the database, and now you have curated data you can sell to other people. So do you want to see how a Luca PSA is selling across 5 different marketplaces? You have that data. Right. So that's really interesting. I didn't even see that, which I have to assume your competitors are doing the same thing or can do the same thing with their data sets. So
what we've learned, and I'm not speaking.
Now remember, we're recording this, so don't say anything you don't want to.
Yeah, no. I'm just trying to think how I want to. What we've learned is there's a need for it, and we're filling that gap. That's awesome. So I'll leave it at that.
So let me ask this then, as you continue to grow, and that's really encouraging, because if I'm a guy out there watching this going, hey man, I want to try this card hedge thing. I don't know, these guys will be around. What I can take away, you guys have been around for a while. You've been around for 2 years. You've been around just as long as the other guys have been. You have a business plan. Can I ask, are you profitable?
We are not. So we are very, very close to being profitable.
That's good to hear. So plan to be profitable. But what I'm taking those partnerships mean you're not dependent on just the subscriber to keep you alive. So as the market continues, you will continue because you can grow on that data. So are you growing, JD? Are you guys hiring?
Yeah, so we are growing. I think the last meeting we had where we went over numbers and things like that, I think our user base is up 400% from January 1. Now again, that's a huge number, right? But it's not thousands of users, right? We have, and I have no problem saying this, right? We have 500 paying customers right now. And that number has gone from, like I said, when I first started, like 20, 30 something to 500 now. And the big thing, the number we pay most attention to is our user retention.
I was going to ask that,
and we are right about 70% retention rate. So we're doing like what we need to do, right?
What's exciting is you have so much room to grow.
Correct.
That really surprises me. I appreciate you sharing that, because again, guys, if you're watching this, that is amazing. You have so much opportunity to grow this. You have a strong solution. It already adds much value. I'm going to ask you this. Where do you see that number? You have to give me the number. Where do you see Card Hedge in 12 months, 24 months, 5 years? What's the plan?
Yeah. So our goal, we set sort of an ambitious goal we want to have 1,000 users by the time the clock hits 2023, right?
Nice.
Or the calendar, whatever the hell the word is I'm looking for there.
I would promote that. A 500 user up, you don't have to say how many users you have, but hey, we want to get and do a countdown, right? Maybe something like that might sell.
So, and then from there, it's just as long as we see continued steady growth, we're very happy with what we're doing. We're very excited with what we're doing. We just signed, I shouldn't say signed, we're about to sign an agreement with GemRate, to have all of that pop report data.
That's another key differentiator, guys.
Yep.
You do pull that together, which is very nice.
And what people don't understand, right, is how hard it is to acquire the data and put it into usable, readable, easy to digest numbers and displays and things like that. Yes, anybody can go to the SGC pop report and look at it. Good luck getting the BGS one. The CSG one continues to grow. PSA is pretty good about sharing their stuff, right? And I think for a second, it's important too to kind of, even though they're potentially like a competitor, what PSA does very well and why their brand is where it is they're very collector friendly on a lot of things, right? With their set registry, with their app, with their ease of use, with scanning slabs and doing this and doing that, accessing the pop report. The easier we can make it for people to use our site and look at our data and store or create your collection or portfolio, whatever term you want to put to it, and then use our site to either buy cards through our marketplace that we have. And I do want to touch on that. So our marketplace that we have on our homepage at the top isn't your traditional marketplace per se, where, it's like eBay and Ours is more of like a search-based marketplace. So, with all these different sites and things like that are out there now as the actual selling platform, what we did was we created an all-in-one one-stop shop for places, right? So you can search for a Cristiano Ronaldo card, whatever that is you're looking for, and on our marketplace, and it'll search eBay, PWCC, and alt right now.
Pull My Slabs as well, I thought, or no?
So My Slabs is we have to have a conversation with them on that, because there's a different setup there as far as that goes, but that is something we will have with those guys, hopefully, probably post national. Everybody's gearing up for the national here in 2 weeks, so it's kind of tough to sit down with people and start kicking new ideas out.
Let me just clarify for everybody too, reiterate this. What's cool about that marketplace, it's not a place to buy and sell, it's a place to search. You're looking for a card, hit this, and it'll show you on 3 different marketplaces what it's selling for. So when alt is low, because they don't have as many people, you're going to kind of see it's really low on the alt platform.
Exactly.
And you're looking to expand. That is genius. I think that's another key differentiator that I don't know other data tool offers. Do you have an app for my iPhone or Android yet?
So the app should have been out. Well, it should have been out probably the end of June, at least first week of July. We're probably on a 2-month delay on that. The company we hired to do it conveniently fired a few people that were working on our app specifically, and they had like a company restructuring, so it put a little delay in. So the app will 100% be out.
Will this be a free app or a members app?
Free app.
Okay, and will the free app allow me, because there's 3 things, guys, if you're paying attention, that I think are cool. Be able to compare a card against the different grades to see what it sells for.
So that piece is a premium feature.
Okay, fair enough. Will I be able to search this marketplace to find the best price?
You should be able to, yes.
Okay, that's another cool thing. What's the other thing I like about? Oh, will the pop counts be, if I pull a card up, will it show me the pop count across the gem rate, or will that be premium?
That's a great question. Okay. I don't know if we figured that piece out. I would lean more towards premium.
Okay, but I do too. And I'll just say, for people watching, again, you should be signing up, supporting these guys, great entrepreneurs. Again, what's exciting about this is I think what you're doing is fun, right? You love the hobby already.
Yep.
You already have a day job, you have a family, and then you get to, at night, play businessman and build a software empire, right? Kind of like Silicon Valley. This is super exciting, JD. I want to keep on our time.
Sure.
So can you give me, you were talking about 24, 30, in the future.
Yeah.
Where you are in the future, and we'll kind of close there.
So to kind of touch back to real quick about what you said about acquisitions, we're definitely open to that. I I can't say much as far as who we've spoken to because of NDAs and things like that. But we have had some conversations with some significant people in the hobby.
I hope this video helps that, guys. Hope this video helps us.
So we're always open to that. And we recognize that, which is why we're sort of doing the things that we're doing to make ourselves more appealing to potentially be bought down the road. I think if you look 12, 24, 36 months out, cards don't stop being printed, right? And I think the beauty of Panini and Topps is they're printing so many cards that for someone like us, it's tremendous because there's just so many cards to add. There's never not a supply of cards. Now, hopefully by this time next year, we will have hired a few more people to help us build the database. And we will have all of the, cards that are no longer being printed type deals done to a degree, or the majority of it. Like right now, I am working solely on 90s basketball. Like I am in 1997, all cards except for collector's choice, because there's just so much collector's choice. Like you spend days and days and days on collector's choice. But we are adding in everything. I got a couple guys working on.
When you're working on this, first thing that comes to my mind is, wouldn't it be cool to reach out to an expert in 90s basketball and have them kind of freelance for you, right? Like retro. Is it something he could help you do?
As far as what?
Like I don't know.
Build the database?
Like, are you building? Is this, like, could he help you build a database? Because he has the background, he has the expertise. So when he's putting in, he also understands that. Is that even a possibility or no?
I mean, it certainly could be. Building the database is not the most glamorous job in the whole world, right? And if you're not,
sausage?
Yeah. I'm probably killing myself on anybody. Oh yeah, I'd come work for you. Well, the big things are, right, you have to have a computer, you have to know how to work a computer, you have to know how to use a couple different programs, and you have to pay attention to detail. Because if you screw it up on the initial piece, it's a pain. It's not a pain in the ass, but it just, now you got to go back and do things. And it's just, we try not to. We're at a point right now where we are easily adding 10,000 new cards to the database every single month.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it's literally myself and River. So there's two of us basically banging out 10,000 cards a month. So if we could clone two more of us or three more of us, and train those people to do our speed and the things that we've created to, ease of use as far as on our back end for stuff, I think also helps to separate us a little bit, because it doesn't take an entire tech team or this or that to do things. It's River can bang it out in a few seconds. Like I'll give you an example. Everybody's in love with the old point your card at the card and get the price. That's not cutting edge technology. It's been around for a long time. So we're going to add that in. And he's like, I just need a day to do it. It takes 2 seconds. He's like, everybody thinks it's this cutting edge thing. He's like, it's been around for 10 years. And the other piece that I think is important to remember, if it's not in a database, it doesn't matter what you point and click at, it won't be there. So, and we pride ourselves on our size of our database, and we know we do not have I almost want to put that on our homepage, like Card Hedge. We know we don't have every card. Like we get it. But
any plan for letting users submit cards? I know that's something I've seen some of the competing solutions do.
So the users can, like, if you were a user on our platform and we didn't have a card that you had in your collection, we have an easy to fill out card request form. It goes to two guys that handle all the card requests, and they'll add it within 48 hours max.
Wow.
And it's up and running. I think you wanted to touch on the name real quick before we go.
Yeah, I did. Card Hedge. Tell me about it, because I know you guys are cardhedger.com.
Yeah, so it's funny because when I first started, I asked the same question. I'm like, what's the deal here? Are we Card Hedger or Card Hedge? We are Card Hedger, the website, as the URL, because someone has Card Hedge. But we are Card Hedge, the company, and that was just River's naming of the company, Card Hedge, thinking sports cards along. He's got a hedge fund kind of financial background. So put the two together, Card Hedge.
It's funny when I
There's
think
no
hedge
rhyme or
fund,
reason to it, really.
it's funny too. And I don't know this is hurting you or helping you, but when I think hedge firm, I often think of short position.
Yeah.
Right. So when I first heard the name card hedge, I'm thinking, are these guys shorting sports cards?
Yeah. No. It's funny you mentioned that, because I want to say within the last few weeks, we've started to sort of have a conversation of, maybe a rebrand or something like that. But again, you want to, the understanding SEO and understanding search engines and this and that, and how Google works and all other kinds of crap. It's got to be something that's makes sense, right? I think we're finally just starting to gain traction with people. So it'd also be kind of tough too. But if there was ever going to be a time, I think it would have to be within the next 2 or 3 months here, before we
Critical
do gain,
mass.
but yeah, that's how that name, I mean, there's no rocket science behind it or anything like that. I think it comes from River's background in finance. Just kind of merge the two together. Card stock doesn't, there already is card stock, right? Like, what's my card printed on? Card whatever. So I think you could call it card crash, right? card dumpster fire, right? But
card correction.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up,
card 90210.
So anything else internationally, talk about that, but anything else people should look for you guys are doing? Also, I know we mentioned Retro is I believe, an affiliate of yours, right?
Yeah.
You have other affiliates, and is it an affiliate program? If someone is watching this, and wants to so we'll tell you right now, guys, if you're watching this, you want to have a YouTube channel, I would recommend focusing on a solution like this, showing how to use it, right? Diving deep into this. People have done that with the competing solutions, but there's a market to be a card hedge expert.
So there is definitely an affiliate program we offer. It's right on the homepage. It used to be at the top, and I think it's at the bottom now. I'm going to be very honest. I don't spend a lot of time on the old homepage.
Sure.
But I believe it's at the bottom now. And if it's not, just shoot me a message and I'll get it to you. It's either at the top or the bottom. I mean, you can't miss it. And that's for anybody that wants to do it, right? It doesn't necessarily, I don't care if you have 100 people on your YouTube channel or 100,000. And
what you do, right? You can just be a collector, dealer, whatever it might be. Have 5 friends who sign up together.
So we have, Retro is definitely our biggest affiliate. We have some dealers, actual, card shop owners, in my area. I'm up in New England, that are affiliates. We're working with a card shop. I don't know if you saw my interview with the guys from AA Gem Mint down in Florida.
I did see that. Great interview. I like what they're doing down there too.
Cool. Yeah,
you guys were doing something with Bench Clear for a while, weren't they?
Yeah, so we were paying them to be to sponsor their show for 6 months. They were our first paid content creator / whatever. It's for us, again, it's finding the right people for us. We want people that are going to actively use the software, and talk, because if we could pay, I could pay Michael Jordan to be a card hedge sponsor, but if he's not using it and showing it, right, because the meat and potatoes of it is using it, showing it, and going, yada yada, whatever. Just saying, oh, this show is sponsored by Card Hedge, doesn't move the needle for me, really.
Well, I'll give you an example. I mentioned this before. I look at what Neo, Cards and Comics, has done. He's embraced market movers. He does a very good job with market movers. Whether you like it or not, I love what he does. He shows something no one else has done. So with that, I'll tell you, I need to wrap this up.
Sure.
Again, JD, I really appreciate your time, man. Guys, for everybody's watching, I hope you guys will check out cardhedge.com. Use the product Card Hedge. If you have questions, leave comments below. JD and I will be monitoring it. Please check out JD. Check out his channel. I know you guys have a channel as well, Card Hedge channel. That's some good content there as well. So Well, man, thank you again very much.
Hey,
Really
thanks for
appreciate
having me,
your time.
Ziggy. And anybody, any questions, leave them down below. Come on over to my YouTube channel, JD Sports Cards, or you can email me personally at jd@cardhedger.com, and I'll gladly answer your questions. So thank you very much, man.
Awesome.